Hey, what's up, friends? Here to talk about a brand new light from THRUNITE. And if it's everything that the paper claims it is, it's quite a piece. But let's get some candy out on the table here. Okay, let's have a look. So here on the table we have a couple knives. Been EDCing this one a lot lately. One of the older model Spyderco natives. Man, this is such a sick knife. With the pocket clip wear. I actually won this knife way back. S30V, Golden Colorado. Just a beautiful knife. Some of you might not like the look, but man does it feel good in the hand. It's got that super sharp point too, really locks in the hand for that tactical or defense situation. Really light, just an awesome knife, ton of traction. Jimping is great, just awesome knife. I've EDC'd it a ton, and it's back in the rotation again lately quite a bit. This piece right here is a prototype I made some time ago now. I've been testing it for some time. Let me show you the sheath here. It is an inside pocket sheath, so it will go right inside your pocket like this, and just that clip will be sticking out. And then of course that knife will slip right in there just like that. Look at that heat treat coloring. Isn't that beautiful? Heat treated, and look at those colors there. 01 steel, we did some jimping up here. Yeah, a few different designs, but locks into the hand. Skeletonized, something I was looking for. And stay tuned, maybe we'll see that again. But enough of that. The light we're looking at today is, like I said, made by THRUNITE. It is the T2, brand new model. Very impressive on paper. Of course, everything outside, none of these are very different. That's one of my kind of gripes from at least the THRUNITE line, is that every light you have come, it looks pretty well the same. Kind of bland, not real catch your attention or blow you away in terms of that. It's black. A bit of gray on there somewhere usually. White text, everything's pretty well the same. Pocket clip, very deep carry. It has a pocket clip on there. Although, in my opinion, when you have a pocket clip, you're classing it a little bit as an EDC, but for me, this is way too big for an EDC. My EDC light is the world's best. Oh, look at this. The S1 Arbiton 2 by Olight. So good. 1,000 lumens in that little one right there. But the T2, like I said, is very impressive on paper. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which is quite a substantial battery, and that's needed because this thing is nearly 3,800 lumens on paper. Now if you fire this up, it seems to be more of a floodlight. Every light kind of has their own design pattern and their own design use. This looks kind of like a floodlight, which is why in the opening scene you saw, this is the Olight Seeker 2. This has been designated my truck light for a very long time now. And this is a thing of beauty. But I brought this one in because the size actually quite similar. Quite similar. Power is in a similar range as well. Both very high powered lights. The weight is similar. The beam pattern is similar, at least inside. We're going to take this outside for some interesting shots, some comparisons in a minute. But these would be placed in a category. These are competitors in my opinion. I don't even think price is that different. Both not being real cheap lights. But look how beautiful and unique this Olight is, in my opinion. I opened this from the box and it's unlike anything I've seen. It really grabs my attention. Look at the right around the button there, just beautiful. But we have, this is the Seeker 2, not the Seeker 2 Pro. This puts out 3,000 lumens, and like I said, close to 3,800 lumens from this one. a similar color. You got a little more of a yellowish light from this THRUNITE T2. But I don't know. What do you guys think of the look of it? The size is actually nice. It's a little bit nicer of a size than this one, just because the bezel swells out a little bit on this one. But then you do have a triple LED setup versus a single larger LED here. So we'll see how that plays out when we take it outside shortly. No pocket clip from this one, but in my opinion, on a light this size, a pocket clip is useless anyways. What you do have from the Seeker here is magnetic tail cap, which I've used many times. Quite strong enough to hold the light sideways. Let's see if we can get it to do that here tonight. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. So we have that strong magnet, which you could imagine, being my truck light, is very useful. You can stick this up on a wheel well or something if you have to change a tire at night. Stick this on the bottom of your hood. But very nice. This one has no magnet on there, so that's a drawback for me. The pocket clip is not really a plus for me because it's a bit too big to EDC anyways, but if it does have the power it's saying, that could outweigh a lot of those smaller factors. And despite not being like an overly blow your mind attractive light, it is subtle, which you guys know I do not like a lot of real silly notches and grooves and crazy stuff going on. This is why I like this light so much. It's so clean. It's just such a clean look. But it's not a bad thing to be simple like this and a little bit boring, I would call it. You do have that, you have a USB Type-C charging port, unlike the micro USB that all my other THRUNITEs have. Supports fast charging, which is nice. USB-C is nice, not as nice in my opinion as the magnetic charging system of Olight, but it is fast charging, so that is a definite plus. They do send you the little generic sheath. I have several of these because they're all, THRUNITE has a lot of the similar size lights. They all fit this little nylon sheath. Pretty basic. They also send a lanyard and your replacement O-rings and a replacement charging port cover as well, in case they dry out or crack up or fall out or something like that. You can replace them. So they do send a nice replacement set, which all the makers do. So I don't even usually talk about this type of thing on these videos because they're mostly all the same. The makers don't really stand out from each other in that aspect, in my opinion. They all offer close to the same thing, but I guess the proof or the rating, the value will be in the performance of the light. That's why we buy them, right? So on that note, let's pack up the gear. Let's throw the drone in the air, get you guys a few shots. Because I have a big love for this Seeker 2. This is an awesome light. So now we're going to throw it up against this new T2. See what it can do. Will it become the new truck light? I don't know.
Shine up the tree line?
It is. The trees lit right up.
Over this way further up in the trees? Okay, yeah, there we go. That is the Olight. This is the THRUNITE. Just not getting the trees, eh?
It's got a wider range.
Yeah, it's got a super wide beam. Yeah.
So what do you guys think? I'm just looking at the drone footage here, the comparison shots. It's a little bit difficult to tell. Basically what Dad and I could figure was that the beam pattern is quite different on the two of them. Although they both tend to flood really wide compared to more of a spotlight, the new T2 really casts a wide beam, an extremely wide beam, which I'm not sure, I guess would be useful in certain cases, but it doesn't throw a beam a very far distance at all. When we were pointing at a tree line in the distance, even though it's hard to convey on the video, the Olight, the Seeker 2, was way brighter at that tree line, maybe 300 feet away, compared to the T2, which threw a lot of light in the immediate area. Maybe not quite as dense of a light. The Olight Seeker 2 threw a lot of light in the immediate area as well, but a little more concentrated, where the T2 appeared to be a wider beam, so more light in that sense, but not quite as intense in the immediate area still. So the Olight, the Seeker 2, can kind of come off as being a little more bright, but I think it's just a different dispersing of the light, a different dispersion. So anyways, from the footage we got there, you can make the call. I would still go with my Seeker 2, just because even though on paper the T2 is supposed to have quite a bit more light, it's not going to make that much of a difference for me in the real world. Certainly not enough for me to lose that magnetic tail cap, which I love and is super useful for my truck light. So I'll be keeping the Seeker 2 for my truck light. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section what you think is the better light. I'll throw a couple links down there if you're interested in purchasing the T2. It is a great light, of course, and if you're looking for something with a real wide flood like that, it's a fantastic option. I don't think I've seen a better option. So thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if it's your first time here. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below. Like I said, let me know what you think is a better light. And we'll see you in the next video.